Hi there, Aquarius. It's Sebastian doing your reading for April. Can you believe we're in the fourth month of the year already? And since we're close to the end of the year, I guess it's just good. Well, we're not really. It's actually at the start, but I mean, we're getting closer and closer. So this is a good time just to double check on your plans, your goals, your vision board. Are you on the right path? Is this where you want to be? Is there more that you can do to achieve your goals, achieve what it is that you want? Okay, Aquarius, let's begin. So right now, in the present moment, in right now, what's happening for you? There's a lot of self-reflection, and there's a lot of sacrifice that you feel is your immediate influence. So there's a lot of sacrifices that you've made. There's a lot of hardship that you've gone through, and you've had a little bit of self-reflection on why that would be. Actually, in the most recent past, he had a lot of happiness, a lot of success. So I think in January, February, that energy really turned the tides for you, Aquarius. I felt it, I understood it, I knew it. You were going through something special, you were happy, you were experiencing something happy. So I don't know what happened in the past few weeks or months, but it feels like there's a lot of contemplation, a lot of thinking, planning for the future, steps for the future. There's a lot of reasoning. There's a lot of integrity, looking into your own self opinion, what you can do, looking into friendships, partnerships, strengthening them. And there's a lot of like hope and inspiration, renewal in this process as well. With that, in the past influences, there's been a lot of fear, anxiety, negativity, breaking point, despair, nightmares, isolation. So you've had a few weeks and days of just sleepless nights. You can't rely on yourself too much to get yourself out of worries. Aquarius, sometimes it's nice just to have people around to tell you that you're okay, or to have a good walk in the park, or a good walk near a lake. Sometimes relying on yourself for your own self-happiness can be a little bit of a trap, because you're going to go around the same problems yourself all the time. It's nice to take yourself out of the equation from time to time. So Aquarius, if you've got the time, take the time to get yourself out of your mindset, to get out of your fears and your worries. I'm seeing a lot of like bills need to be paid. There's a lot of tension between you and somebody about the bills. There's a lot of like house improvements that need to be made, and nobody's really taking the lead on that. There's a lot of like spirituality as well. Somebody's going through. There might be someone in the family or someone, a close friend of yours, that wants to move for spiritual reasons. There's a lot of things going on for you, Aquarius. I get it. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of I need to do this, I need to do that. With the possible goal and your destiny in the future is success and ambition, is getting everything done, is finally having this person say, yes, we need to do house improvements. Yes, we need to make more time doing something. There's a lot of like you're waiting for your partnerships to prevail in understanding your point of view, understanding where you're coming from, which is an interesting concept, really. So let's have a look at more clarification. I can tell that there's somebody that's like grinding your gears, as they say, and you're trying to be like wise about it. It says that try not to have this person push your buttons. That's such an interesting clarification card, that is saying that you need to not worry about what this person is doing when it comes to pushing your buttons, because this person enjoys seeing you like that. That's a really bad habit to be in, but I don't know the circumstances. It could be your son, it could be a family member, it could be somebody that's very, very close to you. So who am I to say right, wrong right now? Who am I to say that's not the best thing? So in the future influences, you're going to be charming, you're going to be graceful, you're going to be tactful and diplomatic in this process. You also need to look after yourself a little bit more, and cards are pointing out there's a lot of weakness when it comes to looking after yourself. So even the essentials, eating and drinking right, even the essentials to bathing twice a day if you can. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but if you can bathe twice a day, that would be great for you. I don't know about your circumstances though. It does say go back to your either your feminine or your masculine energy, and it says to keep up with your confidence in your friendships and social gatherings. So that kind of makes a little bit more clarity in the understanding of, taking more showers, or looking after yourself a little bit more with better detail, with better attention, because then it'll build up your confidence and you'll be able to go out and speak with your friends, be with your friends. There's a lot of negative feelings when it comes to tradition, though. You've had this card for a while in this section that you're really kind of um not understanding traditions, and you're kind of wanting to stay away from traditions a little bit. You're kind of telling yourself, I don't want to be in this traditional mindset or this traditional pathway. You're kind of wanting to explore, get out a little bit more. You've always been like that though. You've always been like a wild child, a wild card in many aspects. But it says a lot of luck is coming towards you when it comes to this. Like I think that you're in the mindset of wanting to create something, do something where you're exploring your boundaries and looking at different types of the way that people get be happy. There's a lot of different types of the ways people are to get healthy. Having said that, I understand that you're fighting off some traditional things. It's been like this for a while, actually. Since the start of the year, you've had, traditions. You're lacking the understanding of why everything has to be in a particular place, or why things have to be the way that they are. You have been fighting off traditions somewhat. So let's just have a little bit more look. You've been really defensive. Look, I don't know, maybe your cousin or your sibling or some family member has come out saying they're, I don't know, some kind of religious belief now, or they're looking into veganism, and it's not down with tradition, and your family members are not aspiring, they're not connecting with this, and you're kind of a bit on the angry side that you should leave people alone and they should be themselves. You've always been like that, though, Aquarius. You've always been that person on the outskirts looking in, making sure people can understand the outliners, the people that are on the outskirts with you. It says also that with family and friends, they're still investing, they're still harvesting, and they're still progressing how they want to progress. With your family and your friends and the people who are around you, they're in the creating that nest. I think that you've already created your nest. I just don't think the nest that you've created is exciting to you, or what you ever envisioned the nest to be honest. Let's have more clarity with that. All the cards are saying is to look after yourself. There's a lot of clarity with you need to look after your health. You need to look after the way that you are, like the way that you're presenting. It's just coming out with the same cards, which is nice. I think you're going to get a lot of the feelings of feeling lucky and feeling fortunate and feeling grateful through social media, through socializing a lot. I think that when you're connecting with others and when you're in a position of looking after others in that way, you're going to get the purpose that you want. You're going to get what it is that you crave when it comes to happiness and purpose. It says also self-evaluation, renewal, purpose, reflection is always a good thing. That when you do that, your hopes and ideas come through. I can see that you've been meditating a lot. I can see that you've been relaxing. So whether it's meditating, whether it's taking long walks, whether it's taking extra breaks, you are very conscious of doing this. You are very aware that this is what needs to be done to build on your happiness, to make you more settled. There's a lot of like awakening, I suppose you can call it, right now, with people understanding. One conversation I'm really picking up around the community is the conversation of we're all one consciousness, which is a delightful thing to witness and experience. But it's also somewhat interesting and intriguing to see it and to see what people are doing within that conscious thought. So within that context of understanding that we all are one thought, it's interesting what people are saying in that one thought as well. And I think that you've always known that, you've always aspired for people to believe that we're all one thought, we're all one consciousness, we're all connected in some ways. And I think that your passion and where your drive comes from is sort of bringing that out in the open. Maybe have a think about that and reflect that, understand that for yourself a little bit more, that that's who you are and who you choose to be, which is a nice thing to see. I'm not saying anything about it because I think that when people explore themselves and when people go through a situation where they're seeing that for themselves, it's always a really nice thing. It's always a really nice, uh, pleasant journey when people are exploring themselves. And when people are exploring that kind of concept, but I think that's been your destiny, that's been your purpose for a while. So looking into things as well, furthermore, your familiarity to you feels kind of like not a good thing right now. I don't know why. That's an interesting clarification card. I wouldn't worry if in the past you got hurt due to people taking advantage of you. I think it's time to move on from that if that's what's happening. Because I just had to have one clarification with understanding what you're going through in terms of your purpose and driving your purpose forward and understanding what you're like. But I think when you are resourceful to yourself, you're doing things that you feel is your purpose. I think that's when you shine the most, Aquarius. So whatever happens this month, put yourself first, understand your needs first, and then move forward with whatever comes out. Keep doing your meditation, your walks, keep being resourceful, keep relaxing, and things will come to you, I'm sure, and you'll get what it is that you want. For now, Aquarius, see you soon.